Hello everyone, welcome to SS Multimedia. This is Harshita Sheshala, and in this lesson we'll be learning on how to evaluate expressions. The objective for today's lesson is learning to find answers with parentheses and brackets. We are going to use PEMDAS to find answers. So what is PEMDAS? PEMDAS is an acronym to remember the order of operations. Okay, so it starts off with P, then E, then M, then A, D, then A, then S. So P stands for parentheses, and then E stands for exponents. Then it's multiplication and or division. So it goes from left to right, whichever comes first. Multiplication, then we start off with multiplication. If it's division to the left, then we do division. Then it's addition or subtraction. So same thing as multiplication or division, goes left to right. So this is the order that we're going to go in and that we should go in order to get our answer right. So let's get started. The first example is 3.6 times 9.8. In parentheses 9.8 times 2 minus 3. So we have to do multiplication first because that's what this is. And then we subtract. So let's do 9.8 times 2. 9.8 times 2. So 2 times 8 is 16, 2 times 9 is 18, 18 plus 1 is 19, then we put the decimal point right here. So what I like to do is write step by step. So we still have to put the parentheses, and then 19.6 minus 3. Now I'm just going to erase this. Okay, so now what we do is we do 19.6 minus 3 because that's the first thing you're supposed to do, parentheses. Alright, so 19.6 minus 3. So 6 minus nothing is 6, 9 minus 3 is 6, 1 minus nothing is 1, and then you add the decimal point right here. So we'll be left with 3.6 times 16.6. So now what we do is multiply 16.6 times 3.6. So 16.6 times 3.6 is, let's see, 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 6 is 36. 36 plus 3 is 39. And then 3 times 1 is 3. 6 times 1 is 6. Plus 3 is 9. Now you add a 0 here. 3 times 6 is 18. Okay, so 18. 3 times 6 is 18. 18 plus 1 is 19. Okay, 3 times 1 is 3. Plus 1 is 4. So now we add 6 plus 0 is 6. 9 plus 8 is, so let's see, 17. 9 plus 9 is 18. 18 plus 1 is 19. 4 plus 1 is 5. And then we have to add a decimal point right here. Okay, so our answer is 59.76. And let me write it over here too. And let's box it. See to tell that it's our answer. Now let's do another example. So our question is 5.8 plus 5 in parentheses 5.8 minus 3.2 divided by 2. First we do 3.2 divided by 2. Okay, so 3.2 divided by 2. Let me do it over here. 3.2 divided by 2. So 2 goes into 3 ones, and then we subtract. So 3 minus 2 is 1. We drop down the 2. So 2 goes into 12 6 times, and we have no remainder. And remember to put the decimal point. So our answer, or not our complete answer, so we'll be left with 5.8 plus 5.8 minus 1.6. Okay, so now what we do is we do 5.8 minus 6. So 5.8 minus 1.6, not 6. Well, that is 8 minus 6 is 2. 5 minus 1 is 4. And then you drop down this. So you put the decimal point here. And we'll be left with 5.8 plus 4.2. We have to add those two things. So let's do that. What is it? So 5.8 plus 4.2. 8 plus 2, 10. 5 plus 4, 9. Plus 1 is 10. And we put the decimal point here. And our answer is 10. Okay, so I'm going to write it over here and then box it. Let's do one more example before we go into problem time. So it says 2 times in bracket in parentheses 6.2 minus 3 and then outside parentheses plus in parentheses 24 divided by 12. So these brackets are used for instead of doing two parentheses like this. It's going to be confusing, so that's why we use brackets. And basically, first we solve the parentheses, then we solve the things inside the brackets, then we do the outside the brackets. Okay, so let's do the brackets first. So it will be like 2 times, and then we're gonna do both of the brackets at the same time. So 6.2 minus 3. Well, 6.2 minus 3. Okay, 2 minus nothing is 2, and then 6 minus 3 is 3, and then we put the 3 decimal point there, and then we'll be left with 3.2, and then we have to put the the addition symbol. Now, we do 24 divided by 12. Well, we know that 12 times 2 equals 24. So 24 divided by 12 would be 2. Okay, now what we do is we do the equation inside the brackets. Alright, so we would have to do 3.2 plus 2. Well, 2 plus nothing is 2, and 3 plus 2 is 5. So, and then we have to put the decimal point here. We'll have 5.2, 2 times 5.2. 2 times 5.2 is, so we'll do it over here, 5.2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 5 is 10, and then we put the decimal point here. So our answer will be 10.4. 10.4. Okay, it's problem time. So we have two questions, and pause the video and try these two questions on your own. Then unpause and see if you got your answer right. I will assume that you paused the video and let's get started. So the first one says 36 divided by 18 plus in parentheses 9.6 plus 4.12 times 2. So first we have to do 4.12 times 2. So 4.12 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 4 is 8, and then we'll put the decimal point here. Okay, so we'll go up with 36 divided by 18 plus, in parentheses, 9.6 plus 8.24. So let me just erase this quickly. Okay, so now what we do is 9.6 plus 8.24 because we are supposed to do parentheses first. So we're supposed to solve the things inside the parentheses or numbers inside the parentheses. So 9.6 plus 8.24. 4 plus 0 plus, nothing plus 4 would be 4, 6 plus 2 would be 8, 9 plus 8 would be 17. Then we put the decimal point here. So then we'll have 36 divided by 18 plus 17.84. Okay, now we do 36 divided by 18 because we're supposed to do division, right? So 36 divided by 18. Well, I know that 18 times 2. Okay, actually, yeah, 18 times 2 is 36. And we can even check. So 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So my guess was right. Alright, so 36 divided by 18 would be 2. And then we'll be left with 2 plus 17.84. One more step and we'll be done and we'll get the answer. So 17.84 plus 2. 4 plus nothing is 4, 8 plus nothing is 8, 7 plus 2 is 9, 1 plus nothing is 1. And then we add the decimal point here, and we found the answer. It's 19.84. So our answer for the first question should be 19.84. Alright, now let's move on to the second question. The second question says 2.1 plus 9.8 divided by 2. So over here, actually 2.1 plus in brackets, in parentheses 9.8 divided by 2 outside parentheses plus 4.2 divided by 3. So that's a lot to say actually. But anyway, so we had to do these two questions. So we had to solve 9.8 divided by 2 and then 4.2 divided by 3. Okay, so 9.8 divided by 2. 2 goes into 9 4 times, and then we drop down, and then we subtract. We drop down the 8, and then 2 goes into 18 9 times with no remainder, and we add the decimal point. So I'm just going to write this here, 2.1 plus 4.9 plus, okay, we need to find 4.2 divided by 3. 4.2 divided by 3. So 3 goes into 4 once, and then we put the 12 here, and then 3 goes into 12 4 times with no remainder, and we add the decimal point after 1. So now we'll be left with 2.1 plus in brackets 4.9 plus 1.4. Now we're going to do 4.9 plus 1.4. So let me just write that. 4.9 plus 1.4. 4 plus 9 is 13. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. And then we add the decimal point here. That would be 6.3. Now we have to add it to 2.1. So 2.1 plus 6.3 is, so 1 plus 2 is 4, and then 6 plus 2 is 8, and we add the decimal point. So our answer for the second question is 8.4. That was all for this video, guys. Comment down below how many questions you got right. If you got 2 out of 2, great job. If you got 1 out of 2 or 0 out of 2, it's okay. Keep trying. And thank you for watching. Like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to get notified on our new videos, make sure to hit the notifications bell.